Ruma Dam is about 48 kilometres north of Isfold, and it's on the Nongo River, a tributary of the Burnett River system. And Anthony's been catching these in about 3 metres deep, some amongst the timber and some up on the edges of the reeds where the bigger red claw have been caught. Anthony was up at Waruma Dam, and listen to this, folks. He's been catching a lot of big red claw and some really good numbers up there in winter when it's cold and freezing. Anthony's best bait is a good old faithful dog biscuits, but he's soaking them in tuna oil, and he also mixes his baits with cucumber, sweet potato, yellow melon, and bok choy. They really love the bok choy, Anthony says, and he's also using pumpkin. So there's some really big red claw here and some good numbers. So if you're looking for another location that produces the goods, check this out. Well done, Anthony. That is a great catch of big red claw up at Waruma Dam. So Waruma Dam has a good concrete boat ramp, and I'm told that you can camp for free there as well, which is really cool. And Brett was out at Wivenhoe lately, and he got all these red claw and some very interesting baits that have been catching them. The capsicum, they had a gut full of capsicum, red apples, the good old spud unwashed, and rock melon. They didn't even touch a sweet potato, so well done, Brett. That's some really good red claw you've caught there at Lake Wivenhoe in southeast Queensland. To tie some string from the top of the ring to the top of the frame and lift it up as well. This will also work, so it's a couple of choices there that you can decide for yourselves which one you would like to use, guys. Big huge tip is to lift your rings up towards the roof of the red claw pot, whether it's a 4-entry with the built-in bait bags, our exclusive design, or our 3-entry economy pots. If you can lift your rings higher, and I'm going to show you an idea that Brian does. He gets electrical twisties from the hardware, and what it does, it lifts up the ring so you can fit a lot more red claw in one pot, particularly you guys that are up north, where you have a lot of red claw in plague proportions. But this idea works really well. Thanks, Brian, for sharing that with the group. So in the cooler winter months, you need to change your baits up. The red claw yabbies, particularly up here in Queensland, become more carnivorous. They eat meat like your fish flesh or your chicken scraps are predominantly the better producing baits. Now, a big factor in this, the depth. The depth is another thing. If we have a lot of rain earlier, then you set your pots a bit shallower. But if we don't have the rains like we normally do, then just set them the same depth as the summertime red claw fishing. And another big point is in winter they go off the summertime creek beds and more onto timber structures. And another big tip is to use upward facing rings. We've always had the exclusive design of the upward facing rings. Straight rings, they get out, and you can have a look in this video footage. They come in and out at their leisure. But as soon as you put it upward facing, this will stop the red claw from getting out of your pots. And another big tip is never ever eat an orange or yellow coloured tail meat. The meat of the red claw yabby needs to be a pure white colour to be safe to eat. Another huge tip is never ever eat a tail meat that's also got a lot of blood through it, as this will also make you sick. And if you see your yabbies, particularly the common yabbies down south with this white spots or white legs, do not eat it. It's white muscle disease. It can also make you very sick. And another big tip is to keep your red claw on ice, as this will keep it fresh. until you take them home and either put them in the fridge or put them in a freezer, which will kill them humanely. Well guys, check out this electric blue yabby that Samantha caught up in the Northern Territory. She was land-based, about 2 meters deep, near Gun Point, Bushlands, which is a small river system up in the Northern Territory, and she was using a dark fruit cake for bait, and that is just so awesome, guys. Now if you've seen something special like this, another color or also electric blue, please put it in the comments below, guys. I'd like to hear it. Well done, Samantha, that's a great catch. So if you also want to try a bit of fishing, well, check out these shrimp traps. We've got them in stock now. They are just the right size, and the ends, they will clip in, and they're quite convenient size. Black is the best color for catching shrimp. You'll seem to catch a lot more in the black color. PVC. Just send me an email if you're interested. And if you get a lot out of my video content, I've got an ebook, Red Claw ebook. I've kept it really cheap at $12.10. If you want to fast track your Red Claw yabby catching, send me an email and I'll be able to sort that out for you. Welcome to Fishing with Steve D. Well, today I have got some very important news. Major changes in red claw fishing in Queensland, and we're going to be breaking it right down in this video right now. Here we go, folks. A few more flippers. Getting a bit bigger. That's great. Let's get a few more. Guys, this is the latest on the 17th of December 2021. This is the natural red claw waters, so if you're fishing in the green here, you need to only take 40 per person in your possession at any one time, or the females with berries or with eggs and the young have to be returned to the water. Now if you're outside this, there is no limit on red claw, and the fisheries recommend that you take only 40 per person in natural waters, and you do not return them to the water in unnatural waters. So if you're outside the green, the fisheries are saying not to put red claw back into the water, including the females with eggs, with berries, and also the young. Now if you're on the northeast coast, it's very similar to the east coast rules that you're not allowed to return any red claw to the water, including the females with eggs and the young. It's only in natural waters you must return the red claw to the water. Is a big rule change. This from the Great Dividing Range all the way up to the tip of Queensland here in the green east of the range, you are only allowed to use 5cm rings in all rivers on the east side of the range. Now if you're on the west side of the range, you can use up to 5 to 10 centimeters, so you can use up to 10cm rings on the funnel pots. Now on the east side, you're only allowed to use the 5cm rings in any rivers because of the platypus, and I think this is a good thing that is going to protect platypus and turtles. And so just remember, southeast of Goondiwindi, right down the bottom there, see how it tucks under a little bit? It's a bit tricky there. So if you're southeast of Goondiwindi, it's actually green. If you're fishing lakes and dams, you can use up to 10cm rings. That is different to the rivers. I thought I'd just throw this in. This is out of the Queensland Fisheries Rule Book. Now it states that you do not need a SIPS permit if you are 100% only red claw fishing. You only need a SIPS permit when you are fishing with a fishing line, with bait, or with a lure. You're allowed to use traps with a maximum of 4 entrances. So if you've got any more than 4 entrances, you can't use them.